What's up, guys? It is TSJ. Welcome back to another TSJ episode. This one is going to be all about my experiences at Comic-Con 2019, New York Comic-Con 2019. So be sure to like and subscribe for all the new content coming up. I know it's been a little slower lately, and in all honesty, guys, I'm just busy with work, and I'm currently in grad school now. Be sure to join my Discord, by the way, because sometimes we'll kind of make life updates in there, or report on life updates in there. And but I am still doing Total War content, of course, and other games content. I know I said on my Discord and on YouTube I'd like to do console videos as well, which I do. I was gonna get Borderlands 3, but I kind of backed off from it a little bit, just because I kind of thought about, I try to resist that initial urge to get games, because right when you think about it, you're like, oh my god, I can't wait to get it. But when it releases, if you just kind of wait a little bit to kind of let it simmer down and just kind of to really think about if you want it, sometimes you might be like, you know what, don't really know if I'm gonna. There's some games that I'm gonna get right away. The Last of Us 2, it's mine. I'm gonna get it right away. Any Grand Theft Auto or Red Dead Redemption 2 game, I just really like those games a lot. But anyway, I'm kind of getting off task. So anyway, New York Comic Con 2019, great experience. First time there. My girlfriend and I went. She got me tickets, which was awesome of her. And so where to begin? I guess I'll just start from the beginning, right? So we ended up staying not in New York City. We stayed in New Jersey, and we just took a ferry over to the Javits Center, which is where it was, and we kind of just followed the crowds. I mean, we weren't really worried oh my god, what if, it's not like we wouldn't be able to find it, because I mean it's a really popular. We got to New York the night before, and so we were out eating in Times Square, and we saw a ton of people dressed up, so we were like, oh wow, okay, this will be awesome. So when we ended up going the next day, we were just like, let's just follow the crowd. So we ended up doing that, and it was there were so many people. I mean, I had read that there's gonna be 200,000-300,000 people there, and there had to have been 300,000 easy, at least. It was so freaking awesome, my god. We ended up going in there right away, and if you've ever been to the New York Comic Con, we went in through one of the entrances, where all of the the food trucks were, if you will, and then we went right in. We ended up going to a Starbucks, and the line was 45 minutes long. It was awesome, though. There were a ton of people dressed up. We were really just overwhelmed. We were kind of just looking and looking and looking, and oh my god, it's like visual overload in a sense. There's just so much. And then we ended up finding one of the itinerary magazines just to kind of find out what was going on. So we finally got our coffee, and we kind of just started walking. We just started walking. We just didn't know where to go, so we just started walking. And we ended up going to the expo floor first, which was, of course, the main floor where everything is, all the booths anyway. And we ended up going, we kind of just looked around, went to the Funko. We kind of passed the Funko booth. And guys, if you've ever been to Comic-Con, there's a ton of it. It's entertainment heaven, okay? I'm not honestly a comic book person, you guys, but I like TV, I like movies, I like all that stuff. I used to like toys and stuff like that. I think that they're cool, especially the statue ones. I mean, they're just neat to have, just to kind of have there sitting and stuff like that. But there's just a ton of different little knickknacks you can get there, like costumes and little mystery boxes of your favorite type of TV show or comic book or movie or franchise. It's so awesome. But one of the biggest things to stand out for me by far was that Marvel Avengers game, demo. Sorry, always my dog. Anyway, I'd heard about the game a lot from, previous conventions that I watched on and news sources reporting on it. But they had a 20-minute demo there, and they were revealing some characters, the new character that was there, Miss Marvel, was going to be in it. They released her costume and everything. It was so cool. And there was a line, there were 2 lines set up, so you could play the 20-minute demo. And the line from the end of the line, it had a little sign that I was if you're at this point, it's at least an hour wait. And it was definitely an hour wait, my god. I mean, we waited, so we didn't wait in the line at first. We kind of got our bearings straight, and we're okay, let's just start at this side of the expo and just go right down, the hallway, and then let's go back up the next row, alright? And that's pretty much what we did. And so we waited several hours, hoping that the line would die down, but it didn't. So eventually, I just waited in line to get that, to play the demo. And then anyway, one of the other Marvel booths was for the game, and it was for the cast of the game, right? So it was really cool. We ended up just kind of asking one of the staff members there, the volunteers, like, hey, what's this line for? Like, where does it begin, essentially? Because we saw it kind of was leading up to the stage where people were doing signings, and I was like, who is that up there? And she goes, that's the cast of the game, of the Marvel Avengers game, like the voice actors and everything, and some of the creators. And I was like, no way. And so I kind of looked at Jess and I was like, what the heck, let's do that. So I asked her, where's the line begin? And she's like, oh, here you go. And she just opened it up for us and let us in, and it was like less than 5 minutes to get up there. And I'm walking, and they're like, okay, can't wait for you to play our game. And I'm like, yes. And then right there in front of me, like sitting there, is, I thought, I know him. He looks familiar. And it's Nolan freaking North. And I was like, holy, my God. And then I was just like, holy shit, you're Nolan North. And he was like, well, I sure hope that I am. He was like looking at the guy next to him, who I think was Troy Baker. And I'm just like, you two are like the biggest voice actors in the video game world. And I was just so excited. So they gave Jessica and they gave each of us a copy, and we're signing both of them. We're actually selling the one copy because we just don't need two. So if you want that, it's all signed by the voice actors for the game. Anyway, so that was awesome. That was honestly like right at the start, and I was like, oh boy, this is great. This is like setting the stage. I cannot wait. And I also was looking through the magazine, and I was like, okay, there's a couple of autographs I wouldn't mind getting from like Sean Astin, Billy Boyd, and Benedict Wong also. I was really interested in that, and them being there. And I was like, because I love Lord of the Rings. Like, I love Lord of the Rings. It's definitely one of my favorite, franchise, right? And Benedict Wong's like, he's awesome, right? Doctor Strange, Infinity War, all them. Like, it's just so cool. And so after we got signed by the Marvel Avengers game cast, we continued walking, and we ended up kind of just exploring the other levels. So we went to the art gallery, which was essentially the expo floor, except there were a ton of artists there, and it was really cool. There were definitely a lot of, very good artists and lots of art there. We didn't stay there too long, but then we went back to the shoot floor, I guess I would call it. That's what I'm calling it. And because there's shoot 1, shoot 2, shoot 3, shoot 4, shoot 5, and I think there was a shoot 6. And what those essentially was the shoots were like the main panels. So for the panel Saturday morning, the earliest one was Jack Ryan. So John Krasinski was actually there, who we ended up missing because we weren't there. We didn't get in line. These shoots could hold like thousands of people, right? Like thousands of people. So the lines were so long, and so that was cool though. We were in the same building as him. That's pretty neat. And so we ended up kind of just looking around, seeing what shoots there were going to be the panels, and we ended up kind of leaving. We went back up to the expo floor. This time we didn't explore as much because we kind of already knew what was up there. So that was when we ended up waiting in line to play the demo for the Avengers game, which I played. Jessica didn't play. She went off to some other booths to kind of look around. And it was really fun, I don't really want to spoil it. In fact, I think most of you can actually see the demo that they released. I think it's on YouTube now. It was really fun. I played as all the 5 of the main Avengers, except for Hawkeye, and it was cool. It was really awesome, and I could kind of hear the voices from the ones I was talking to who signed that poster. It was awesome. And after that, we went downstairs to the autographing area. Right, so Sean Astin and Billy Boyd's autographs. I waited 2 hours in line, literally almost 2 hours to play the Avengers demo. I couldn't wait in another line because I asked like everyone who was always waiting in line, like, hey, how long have you been in this line so far? And so the one guy I asked in Sean Astin's line was like halfway through, and he was like, I've waited like a solid hour, and I'm just like, crap. I got to see them. That was cool. Right, and they were talking with each other on an earlier panel, like the reuniting of the Hobbit, stuff like that. So that was neat. But, it kind of sucked didn't get their autograph, but it was fine. So then we went downstairs we went upstairs to a different level where Benedict Wong, it seemed like some slightly, I don't want to say like not as important people, but it just seems like it's just where they put them. Because like Ninja was there. He was signing autographs, doing photo ops. But where Benedict Wong was, we ended up getting to his line about an hour early, a little less than an hour early. So we just kind of hung out, Jessica and I, and then we ended up getting in line and kind of sat down. And it went by pretty quickly because we were kind of BSing with the people in line and everything, and it was cool. One guy there did a really good cosplay of him. Almost thought it was him for a second. And so he ended up showing up, and I got really nervous as Jessica and I found out I'm not good with celebrities. And it was so awesome, like signing him. I was like, "You're so great in Avengers and Infinity War," and then he kind of knew he signed, he said, I know what to put on your picture now. And so he signed it for both Jess and I. And that's actually what I got right there. Back there, up there, that's framed. Right back there. It's really freaking neat. So, yeah, he was awesome. He's a really nice guy. Also British, too, which I did not know about that. Or English speaking. So, yeah, he was awesome. Okay, very different with hair, too, I've got to say. And then we went back upstairs, and around the DC booth, we were like, what's everybody going on about? So I asked again, one of the volunteers, and she said that Birds of Prey, Margot Robbie, and some of the cast is there for Birds of Prey. And I was like, what? So, of course, I was like, well, can you get like pictures and autographs? She said that it's already filled. There was a line of people waiting around the corner. So we ended up waiting in it for like 2 or 3 minutes, and then someone... staff member kind of came to the side of the line and yelled at everybody like, yeah, we're not accepting anymore. It's too much. So then we went back to the big crowd that was kind of huddling around the entire booth, and I just snapped a picture. I was like, yep, I have seen it. I've seen her in person, Margot Robbie, and I am satisfied. So yeah, that was it. That was really cool. And I think that was really when we kind of decided to go. I know we were there for 9 or 10 hours or so, close to that. I know I just kind of sped through it. But, it was great, guys. It was so much fun. There was so much cool cosplay. The only thing I wish that I could have seen, would have taken more pictures of are the cosplayers, because there was one Iron Man there. I'm like, wow, he looks so good. Like, really good. And you know what? Next year, Jess and I were talking about, if we ended up going, we probably are going to end up dressing up because it was awesome. So guys, yeah, let me know. Did you go to New York Comic Con this year, 2019? Let me know down in the comments below. Might have seen me. Probably not. I don't know. There were so many people there. But you should definitely make a trip to go. If you watch my channel, you like video games or anything, make a point to go in your life sometime because it's awesome. It's just so cool. That banister back there, that was from a $50 mystery box for Game of Thrones, Lannister mystery box. So worth the money. We got more stuff too. But besides that, it was awesome. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember to let me know what you think down in the comments below. Did you go to NYCC 2019? And be sure to say hey, hi, what's up, hello. Join our Discord, like our Facebook page. Everyone, thank you so much. Remember to stay super, and I'll see you guys next time.